Hello.
Everybody. Hello. Okay.
John and I survived last night. Yay!
I'm gonna have to tune in. It sounds like I missed a heck of a time.
Well, we hit it as Oscar coverage. Um,
And then derailed.
no. Derail would be saying that it was a bad thing. No, it uprailed. I don't know.
It was fun.
It started off as Oscar coverage, and then we just went into other topics. And before we knew it, it was like we were live for 3.5 hours, I think. And but we were having a good old time. I could have kept going like all night.
Not all of our derailments are bad.
Right.
Like, they are good sometimes.
Yeah, no, last night was a fun live. I probably should change the title of it, but whatever. The thumbnail's already made, so it is what it is. But yeah, no, last night was great. It was a good time. It was me and Addie and Jules and Cody. Actually, Cody was on camera last night.
He was so cute with his giggling.
Cody made rare.
I'm gonna have to watch. I started watching it today, and then work. Got to do that. My employer requires it.
So yeah, no complaints from last night. It was really fun.
Yay!
Go watch it. All right, let me say hi to everybody. We have a lot to cover. We're going to talk about the show, which I have not. This was the first time I have watched an episode of 90 Day Fiance since whenever the last time we did a recap was. So I missed this complete season. And I think the last time I remember recapping this show was when Nicole and Mahmoud were still on the show.
Wow.
So
he was arrested.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. So I haven't watched it since then, and I didn't miss much, it seems. So, but it was good to get our feet wet because Happily starts on Sunday, which we'll be covering. So back, I didn't take any notes because I don't even, other than Gino and Jasmine, I don't even know these people's names.
We're in trouble tonight because I know face. Okay, so because John wasn't covering it or didn't want to, I haven't really been. I had it on, I hope we can get through this. And I also didn't get to see the last half hour because I was just sitting in there going, I gotta watch this quick. He said, we're going.
It really didn't. You didn't miss much.
Mine ended maybe like 30 seconds ago, and I put this on at 6:30, and it took me that long to get through it because I kept pausing.
This seemed like it was a 19-hour tell-all.
Yes.
I was like, oh, for the love, come on. And we have Prime, so we don't have commercials, and it still felt like 14 hours.
I'm watching it on Prime too, which is like the sad part. All right, so let me, so again, I'm working from the iPad, so I'm kind of limited. So I'm going to start at Barbie because that's the first name in the chat. So hi, Barbie. Hey, Mel B. Hey, Sarah W. Susie Q. Rabbit of Chaos. Ruth Ann. Okay, Keela Bila. Nikki. Linda S. Pipsqueak. Christina B. Coco. MTT. By the way, guys, don't forget to check out MTT's Amazon wish list. It's on my community tab. It's on her Instagram stories. Her birthday is on March 18th. She's my pregame birthday because then it's her. March is a busy birthday for the John Yates experience. We had Sophie, Julie, MTT, and me. Very busy month. Although I'm born in the proper part of March because I'm an Aries, and they're all Pisces. But that's okay; I won't hold against you. So yeah, check out MTT's Amazon wish list. She wants to get back on YouTube. I think she wants to start doing some nails. So,
I noticed that.
Check it out. It's stuff on there. It's not
straight.
It's not going to bankrupt you. And there's that thing. Hey, Crystal Light, because I believe in me. Perfectly imperfect. Hello. Let's see. Missy J. Jen Lewis, sorry. Sheila. Alicia. I'm getting tired of the roll call. Denise. It sucks even more on an iPad. Barbara M. Matrix. Wendy H. welcome back, MW. I see that you MW was in the chat last night. So, let me see. Jessica V, Little Shoe, Seraphim. I think, oh my God, is there a lot more? I don't even know where I am right now. And the rest. Okay, if I missed Mikey, I don't know.
I almost started singing the Gilligan.
Taking way too long. So hi everybody. Patricia would say hi. I feel bad when I miss people though. Cat Lover, Ellie. I think I got mostly everybody. All right. So Tanya. Okay, let's start. Lots to cover.
So can I before the?
Oh yeah. Do we have
I gotta. Okay, I'm gonna say something because I got
Addie,
stuff.
Hold on. Let me get you the proper credentials before you do it. Hold on.
Thank you.
Hold on. Let's make this very official.
Hello again. Hello. So, some people may or may not know that I am no longer with Law and Crime Network, and I'm absolutely okay with it. The channel, the network itself is blowing up. They were bought out by Jelly Smack, and in that process, they're bringing in an entire new crew to really make the channel blow up more than it has. And I am absolutely 100% great with who is in charge of it and who is taking care of things. And it's going to be great. They're doing some stuff to see what will happen and if it helps, the chats and stuff. And I am absolutely okay with it. And it was a great run. And I will always be forever indebted to Kathy Russin and Dan Abrams for bringing me in and taking me a long ways. A month and 2 weeks away from 7 years being with them.
Wow.
So, but I will be doing my own stuff, and I'll be doing stuff here with John, and maybe we'll do stuff together. And if anybody else wants to collab, we can do whatever. But we can make this community that we got right here bigger. So let's get to it, and don't worry about the rest.
That means you can dish and not get in trouble.
I woke up this morning or last night when we were having the thing last night. I was like, oh my gosh, I can say stuff. I don't have to hide. I'm free. I love, it's not that I wasn't, you know what I mean? Coming from that and then all the stuff going on over here, I always felt like I had to hide. I don't have to hide anymore. It can just be me. I'm still not going to say anything about anybody. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't get mixed up in all that. But I'm here. And I'm all John's.
I'm sorry to hear that, Addie. I mean, and how much that meant, you built that network. I think that's important to note.
It takes a team. I was a very low, my rear end was dragging the ground on a totem pole. Like I always say, I was the lowest person on the totem pole. And it took everybody to the top, and the network has just blown up, and it's awesome to see. And I'm very happy that it has happened. And we move on and we do other stuff, and I get to not be stressed. It was a stressful job. I will admit it was quite stressful, only because of me being on the spectrum and having to remember time. But here I am. And to all the people, there's only one. Hi, Matrix. It's okay. Brianna Lynn, hi. You guys, I got my chat open too. So if any moderators on John's side would love to keep an eye on that.
One of my mods switch over and join from Addie's side.
I'm not sure if my moderators are probably asleep because we were morning people. We were doing it all at 5:30 in the morning. Pacific time.
We're streaming this on both our channels at once. So if one of my mods can go over to Addie's side, because your wrench, if you're on my end of the chat, won't work.
And if you're in there, I'll make you. If you're not, I'll make you a mod in there. But I think most of your mods are mods over there.
And Addie, I just have to ask this because I know people will speculate, but this had nothing to do with anything about YouTube or with this.
No, it's fully. It's not has nothing to do with any of the stuff going on in any communities outside. There's more than one community that I have had issues with, and that's why I went quiet and didn't talk and have been, I lay low. It has nothing to do with anything from this one, from the other one, or anything. It's just simply growth of the channel. And I was no longer able to keep up because I am limited. I was only a housewife mom who built a channel for Kathy Russ Court Chatter to help her become her court chatter. And then Dan Abrams found that and brought her in, and she brought me in with her. And that's how it happened. So I finally hit the limit of where I was knowledge wise. And but yeah, so now I think it's, what is it, 5.8, 5.6 or 7 million subscribers. So,
awesome.
and there's four
Addie was,
channels.
like,
There were 4 channels. Just
working person. I like God. She had to get up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. every morning to be ready on Eastern time when she lives Pacific time to cover all the court stuff. And I'm sorry, and I'm excited to see what's next for you, Addie. And
well, you're next.
I love to see more of you, so I'm not going to complain on that part.
We're happy you're here.
Yes.
Sorry to all my channel people who are true crime people. I actually like both. I like true crime and I like reality TV, so there'll be a lot of that here. Hello to everyone. Hi, Missy Blush is there. My moderators, I see them now. Little Shoes over there. Great. Hi, Wendy. So I got people at Matrix and Curveal. And
if you want to give Mel B a wrench, Addie.
Oh, yes. Mel, are you in there? Go over there. No. Oh.
All right, well,
she said she's there.
I'm gonna start the intro. Let's get into some stupid 90 day. Oh, and by the way, yes, I am still on my computer. I mean, I wish my iPad. As you can tell, my screen's like cut in half. That's how you know when someone's either on a phone or an iPad. And I know my sound has been awful, and my lighting's terrible, and I will probably have to drop down 10 times because my mic will stop working during the course of this live. So until I get a new computer, it's just gonna have to be the way it is. So I apologize. Thanks for bearing with it, and we'll get it fixed soon.
Super chats for a new computer are always welcome, but never expected.
No, I won't get that till the end of next month. No, I need one now. I mean, I don't mind the super chats, but yeah. All right, so let's get into the show. All right, where's my
teeny tiny shots? You give your
the teeny tiny shot.
I'll always have Stephanie next to me, though. So there we go.
That one on. He is. He's fabulous, and he's on the inside. That one on. And he's on the inside.
All right, so let's start with the tell-all first, because there's other, I know there's some Angela stuff that people are talking about today, and
This should be fun because we haven't watched it, and outside of Gino and Jasmine, we're iffy on the names.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very thorough recap. Okay,
I'll Google them as we are waiting.
Don't even bother. Who cares? They're over.
The chats can help us with names because I know they all watched.
So let's just get through the recap first, which will be kind of fast because of us not knowing anybody. Thank you, Wendy H, for the Cash App. So all right, so no joke, one of my followers messaged me yesterday, and it's like, she goes, are you watching it all? I go, I haven't watched a show in like almost a year now. She's like, you kind of have to watch it. Gino and Jasmine are freaking out. I go, oh, that's new. But she's like, no, I promise you need to watch it. And I'm like, fine. So I watched it, and I just feel like it was later that day. Like, remember the comic Apartment 3G? It was always like the characters were there, and like it was going on for years, but it was like later that day. And it's just the same thing with Gino and Jasmine. So I guess what we missed in all of our recapping, that Gino and Jasmine got married at some point.
Right.
They all both blocked me. So like when I'm looking at Instagram, because I did have that expose with all Gino's whores on
I can't understand why they'd block you for that. I mean,
so after I did that interview with the ladies of the evening, Gino edition, I got blocked by both of them. So I don't, and nor do I care. Thank you, Mel B. Oh, that's for you, Addie, I think.
I had to look up and say, which one? Oh, that one. Oh, oh, thank you, Mel B.
Get all rolling. So they got married. So how is she like loving Michigan, by the way? Is it everything she thought of, leaving exclusive Panama and like the very expensive apartment she lived in?
And more. Because I'm just going to say, like, I stopped watching about like episode 5 or 6. And Gino looks like he lives in total filth. I mean,
did they show the inside of the house?
His apartment was a bachelor apartment.
Yeah, but he also looks like he lives in filth.
Well, he also, he's a special guy.
Yeah, and it just, so, I can't imagine even in.
Wait. No. Okay, so me and Addie are airing this at the same time on both our channels. So, like, if you send a super chat, it depends on what chat you send it from, and that's where it will count. Like, we don't share them.
No.
Thank you. We should be able to share.
If it was meant for John, I'll give him $10.
No. Like, but like that, we should be able to share them. I think that would be like a better like fit. But good luck with YouTube on that one. But that's how that works. So go ahead, Wicked. Sorry, I cut you off.
But I just, I think he lives in filth. So regardless of where like Jasmine may have started out with, I'm sure cleanliness wise, it was cleaner than Gino's apartment ever thought about being, or townhouse, or whatever it is.
Yeah, but, he was bad about not flushing the potty. No. Remember,
he could be like a water conservationist or whatever, but
I'll just do it next time.
Like,
or he got distracted and walked away.
I would have just like poured bleach on the walls and just let it run down and start from there.
What were there like, like yeasty underwear and pasties?
That's later. No,
swinging from his ceiling fan type of thing. Like,
probably it was probably stuck to it, and like he didn't turn it off, so he couldn't get it down. And
remember that cameo I did with Paul and Carini, and we were doing it. And I had like all like the clothes hanging, like going from the ceiling fan, like when Carini all had the dirt on her. Like that's how. And again, I didn't watch 1 second other than this tell-all. That's like how I see it in my head, Gino's house.
Yeah, and it was like, it wasn't very modern. It seemed like a very typical bachelor pad. It was very like kind of dingy and not bright and light and airy. And I mean, and this isn't like I don't mean this the way it sounds. Like, your apartment, it's like very well decorated. You got bright and light. Like his just looks dingy and dirty.
Well, don't say I have bright lights right now. My lighting is less than adequate, but I'm going for like I just came back from Cabo look, and this is all just a great big tan, and that's the look I'm going for at the moment.
Yeah, but they did, when they got married, she did talk him into taking one picture with his hat off. And let me tell you, I meant to tell you this. Like, he is bald, and then.
Did he shave like the patch?
No.
Like
it looks like a landing strip. It like goes from about.
No, you know why he does that? Because then it looks like you have hair. That's why he does that.
But it's not like his sides. So like his hair is literally like this. Like starts here and then about your occipital, and then it's just like about this big and goes down. If he doesn't look ridiculous, then like hat or no hat.
Send me a picture of it. I don't know. I kind of need to see it. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
And I could never figure out if he was actually balding or like
Bald.
was like he shaved his own
he should
head.
just bick it and be done with it.
No, I'm a big hat. I wore caps my whole life. I played tennis. Like I usually wear the cap because when my hair is too much, I can't take it. Like tonight, like it just no.
Last night was the best about the hair.
Yeah, but as soon as when I saw that like landing strip he had, like I think like 2 seasons ago, I'm like, oh, I know exactly why he's doing that. So when he puts his hat on, it looks like he has a full head of hair. That's the only reason why you would do that. But he
forgets that the full head of hair kind of comes around the sides, and hats only go to here. He's still. You can tell it's all bald here.
You know, Barbara, I keep telling people that I'm an angel, and nobody wants to believe me. I don't know how long I've been telling people this. Like I just, like, hello.
At least it's not like this time.
I mean, like, hello, the Lord Jesus Christ is telling you I'm an angel right now, and y'all should be listening to him, okay? Okay, where are we? Okay.
We know this ridiculous patch of hair.
Anyway, so back to the tell-all. So there's bonus footage, I guess, of the bachelor party, and I don't know when the tell-all or the show quite turned into Maury or Jerry Springer. I don't know when that bridge was crossed. All I know is that 5 minutes into this tell-all, they have like the dancer like remote from the strip club in like the dressing room with the pasties behind her and like the tassels and like the thongs, and I'm like, oh no, they do not have the stripper from the bachelor party. Like, I kept waiting for I've got Jerry Springer's gone, but like here's the stripper, come on out. Like
they did do that though. They did bring her out. Oh, they had her. She was backstage. She was at work backstage. They had her on. So she said that he was a gentleman at the bachelor party. And
can you imagine wait, I'm sorry, Addie. I'm not done with this yet. Could you imagine like production going into like the landing strip, like the film crew and all that to like go in there and like film this woman, the stripper who was like this poor girl who just trying to make like an honest buck, who did some bachelor party, and now she's like on TLC 90 Day Fiance as like an expert witness to Gino's crazy bachelor party nights.
But did you notice she also said, like, I think she meant to say, I can assure you
Wendy,
that.
This one up to you, by the way, if you're keeping track. Go ahead. Sorry, Wicked.
That's okay. I think she was trying to say, like, I can assure you it, nothing happened. We didn't go outside the club. It was, strictly professional. But the way she said it, it sounded a little odd.
She barely remembers. She probably barely remembers anything. Maybe she remembers because they were probably all like, "Oh, he's on this show, right?" Like, that's the only reason why she probably remembered him at all. But come on, like,
or because there was a film crew there.
Yeah. Come on, and Jasmine lose. How many times did Jasmine cry this semester? Listen to me, this season.
Can we talk about how she doesn't ever have tears? Like, she just screams at the top of her lung, boohoo cries, but there are never any tears streaming down her face.
Oh, okay. Then maybe it was sparkles. I swear, maybe I added them in my head. Well, okay, I'll just put tears right there. But yeah, she's a screamer.
I mean, did anybody in the chat think that like?
Okay, so
it was too much.
It goes too quick. So if you go to episode 10 at the
Wicked, forget it. I'm not going through all that right now. So text it to me later. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Because then I don't have my computer on me, so I'm kind of like I can't.
Okay, I'll try to.
Jasmine is about to cry as much as Rob's sister. What? I can't with her. Does anybody think like that? You know, it was a bachelor party. And, you know, and knowing, you know, Gino knowing Jasmine probably should have been like, maybe like, let's go play Yahtzee tonight with the boys or something like that. You know, Lord knows he's seen his share of people that he's paid for. But that's Gino. Do we believe that Gino and Jasmine never, that he never breaks the plane? If you're picking up what I'm putting down.
No.
So so we believe that Gino is actually penetrating her?
I think that I mean he hasn't spoken about the bag of blue pills in a while, so maybe he's used them all. I don't know, no, but I kind of see. I kind of feel like maybe once I saw a face of we finally did on him, but I don't think it's very often.
Yeah, but he wants all these beautiful, gorgeous, and like Jesus Christ, can we get a before and after of Jasmine when her first season and now? Jasmine got the full Larissa makeover, right or wrong?
Oh, 100% plus some.
Yes.
I mean, she got the boobs, she got the butt, she got the lips, she's got the fillers.
It was a huge
like her
difference.
face is all contoured. Like remember she had like all like the pockets. What do you call it? Like the acne. She had like bad acne.
Yeah. She didn't have a good complexion. She's been lasered. She's been Botoxed.
That face has seen more knives than the kitchen at Benihana's. I'm just saying.
You are not even joking.
Like, look at her. She's completely different. She's so. Why are you so mad and bitter, girl, all the goddamn time? Why? Why are you so mad? Look at you. You completely like redid your whole body.
And then like she gets upset because he's hugging a stripper because her breasts are touching him, but she had the ex-boyfriend pay for part of her butt.
Yes, one of those cheeks is his.
Exactly. I mean, granted, she said it was only $2,000. I don't believe that.
No, one of those cheeks is his.
Yeah, I believe he's
and the sad part.
more.
The sad part is that she probably got most of that work for free. I would say 90% of that work was gratis, just so like to promote. Because listen, I'm not new to these streets. I know how this works with the cast, and there were people who, a couple like Dr. Jen, one of them. She helped. You know, she works with a lot of 90 Day Fiance stars. They promote her.
But see, though, she got all the work done in Panama.
Cheaper doctors then, right?
Maybe.
Discount. Heavy
Isn't that the case, like usually? Like I know that there's a big thing with going to Turkey for new teeth, right? So where did people go offshore, abroad? That's a hard word to say. Abroad to get their stuff done.
But I mean, you know, this is my take on it. If I'm going to get work, do I really want to go to like a budget plastic surgeon? No.
I wouldn't.
No.
Like Darcy and Stacey got their dental work done in Turkey.
Those are some teeth, sharp teeth.
And they look so natural.
There's actually look.
I never know.
I loved it when Stacey sent her sharpened teeth picture, the teeth grin
to Florian. Stacey or Darcy just had some more work done. She posed, "Oh, I'm here to get all snatched."
And Stacey's a tiny waist now. She's it's small.
I sometimes think that Stacey gets the surgery because she and Darcy, like, you know, they're the twins.
Well, they have to still be identical twins, right?
Right.
So if one goes overboard, they're not going to match anymore.
Right. And I think I think Stacey doesn't do as much work, but I think she does it so that she still looks like her sister.
Yeah. And Darcy's always the one that has to be the tallest. She has to wear the highest shoes. She has to have the most everything done more than the sister. She has that thing going in her mind with her sister, and it's okay.
Yeah. It's just odd. Hold on, I'm gonna have to go.
Wait, with Junior B. I've never seen vertical line eyebrows apart from Fiance. Oh, that's a good one. But yeah, all right. So Jasmine, why is Jasmine so upset all the time? Like, can we just answer that?
I think that she's
head to toe body facelift. Like, I don't even know. Her own mother probably doesn't even recognize her anymore.
I think she's very insecure. I think that Gino has given her reason not to trust him, but I also think that she projects a lot of her issues onto him. You know, she's always throwing the ex up, and I'm sorry, she's still banging her ex. She was banging Dane until she.
Oh, of course. Oh, that hot one in the big expensive apartment building. Oh yeah.
You know, and she wants to get upset because, you know, Gino lies to her, but in the same fact, you know, she's always, oh, well, you know, he was a better lay than you. He, you know, and it just, they're very
everything
toxic.
With Jasmine has been so, and that's my issue with this show. My issue has been, which I've been very vocal about, that everything is just so over the top of Jasmine. Like with the toothbrush, she's like, and there goes your toothbrush. I can't.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, and she is like an ugly cry if she were to cry.
An ugly cry is not even the word. That's being generous. Like I want to know when she's really ugly crying. Like when the tears are
when
really
it's for real
of those dry eye ducts.
Yeah, I mean, she just screams at the top of her lungs, and at this point, I think Gino's just like, all right.
Maybe she can't cry anymore because she just had too much work. Maybe like the eye ducts they dried out because she
Good point. Maybe they're clogged.
I think he's scared to death of her. You see that one scene, or she was cutting up food or whatever, and she had the knife in her hand. She stormed up the stairs, but all I could focus on was the knife in her hand. What is she gonna do? It looked like she was gonna come after him, and he has the face. He always does this scared to death face. And also, I understand that if you get bitched at all the time, the way he does with her, you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, she's very emasculating.
Yes, and I think she does that on purpose to him. I think so.
But I mean, would you guys say that Gino might be considered a victim of Jasmine?
Yes.
No.
Yes. If you've ever been screamed at a lot, yes, recognize.
Well, I mean, they're both toxic to each other, like other people we know.
I feel my horns growing out of my head. I need my angel power to like get it back.
Exactly.
Center.
Junior B says he's a willing victim. You know.
A willing victim. Well, yes. You know what? I like that. A willing victim.
Yes.
I think he does stay for a reason.
Yeah.
Yes. But still, it doesn't mean he's not being victimized when, I mean, even some of the people on the stage were recognizing, and they even said, we see how she treats you. So that it is there. We see it.
But I wouldn't call him a victim.
Myself willing.
I would. If you've been yelled at as much as you. But how much is it? For me, the show.
Well, let's talk about it for a quick second. I mean, you know, Gino certainly has seemed to do his share for Jasmine to make her happy. No,
I would agree.
Right.
You know? He takes vacations within vacations.
Within vacations.
Within vacations, yes.
Like, you know, when Gino has to book a vacation, it's like, okay, so here's the first part of it. And then you have to go to the super exclusive part of the next part of it. Then the part that no one's ever heard of. And then you have to go fly in a rocket ship with what's his name? The one who runs Twitter. Musk.
Elon,
yeah.
So you would say that, and then Jasmine, how does Jasmine
Whoopsies.
Oopsie poopsie. He's done.
Yeah.
Breathe, John, breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But no. To say, like, is he a victim? Yes. Domestic violence? No.
Not yet.
But he is a willing victim.
But also, domestic violence isn't just hitting. Domestic violence is being
I
yelled at.
understand.
Well, I would say that like Jasmine's been pretty aggressive with Gino.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
But I kind of think that I'm just gonna put it. I think that Gino plays the child role, which is why they baby talk to each other, because so I kind of think he kind of likes the parental thing she does with him. It's a whole thing. I feel it, I see it, and I can tell, because when they get into it, they start the baby talk stuff, and I'm like, oh, I kind of do that with my husband, but
and we agree.
I'm a girl.
If you have to give Jasmine a freak number, I'm going to say her freak factor is like a 10.
And would we agree here? Oh, she pisses on him, and like his if she's a 10, the only time he got off was when she peed on him. Yeah. So his is at a 20. But that's beside the point. Would you agree with Perfectly Imperfect that
yes, MW?
No, it's verbally abused?
Wait, ask that again. Say that again. Sorry.
Would you agree with Perfectly Imperfect's comment that Gino is verbally abused?
Yes. Yes, when she turns around and says, I would rather be effing Dane, or she says that stuff to specifically hurt him, and she yells and screams at him, and she calls him idiot and all the things, even if he has, some issues going on, which I do think he does. But yes, she's screaming at him is that. He's not screaming at her. When he does kind of try to go, do that, she screams louder.
Hey, Dishfoot Mitch, hey, Emily. So then we've all seen Jasmine like put hands on Gino, and
yes.
Now you're telling me about a situation with her having a knife.
Well, she was cutting. She didn't do anything with the knife, but she was cutting food, and she had the knife in her hand, and all I could think of, oh God, she's like screaming at him, but she's clenching her teeth and upset at the whole situation or whatever it was that they were talking about. But all I could focus on was the knife. I couldn't even focus on what they were talking about. And the look on his face was like, and so she eventually puts the knife down and storms up the stairs. I can't remember exactly what it was she was talking about with him, but it had to do, it may have been when she found out about the bachelor party.
But he also, like, she takes it from like 0 to 100 in like a millisecond. So
do you see where I'm going with this? I mean, come on. And so we witnessed Jasmine be just awful to Gino.
But who came willingly to the United States.
And you're only helping my point. So we have a record of now, 4 seasons of Jasmine just being awful to Gino.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go.
Screaming at him, putting hands on him, threatening him, throwing his stuff out the window. This doesn't sound familiar at all to anybody who else is making news in the 90 Day Fiance community right now.
Doesn't sound familiar.
And
I'm pretending. I have no idea.
And look how much support Jasmine has. I would say Jasmine has more support than Gino.
Oh, yeah.
I think the reason for that is because
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Because Jasmine comes on and she says, "Well, it's my Latina personality," they're big and bold.
Yeah,
bold
and
and
listen, I'm a New
loud.
Yorker and I have a big personality, and people from the South, they have their own different types
So
of big
I
personalities.
think it's ridiculous.
So
Yes, I agree. And I know
I,
right where you're
it's
going. I
just,
finally caught up.
it's just crazy to me that we've all watched Jasmine just be a big bully to Gino, and Gino, spend more money, and Gino, get me another trip, and Gino, this is bullshit. When let's not forget that Gino found Jasmine on a hooker site.
True.
Because you know what they say, you can put lipstick on a pig and it's still a pig.
Yeah, you can't turn a hooker into a housewife.
So it's just wild to me to see all these people against Angela, who they say the same thing. Angela abused Michael. Angela yelled at Michael. Angela bullied Michael. But,
Yeah.
But here we have Jasmine literally doing the same exact thing. And everyone's pro Jasmine.
It could
Am
be.
I wrong?
No.
It could be that Gino and Angela aren't favorites of the 90-day franchise. So, and I mean,
I kind of think someone is trying to step up into the role. I think they're trying to make themselves a bit.
Oh, everybody's trying to take Angela's crown. Like,
Yes,
we all
I'm
know
trying to say it without saying it. I was trying.
And again, I will say a million times that Angela's no saint. No. And like, I've called Angela out plenty. I know people want me to abandon ship and because I'm the only one defending her in the whole goddamn world right now. But that's fine. It's not my first time doing that, and it won't be my last. But the similarities between Jasmine and Angela are, are y'all watching what I'm watching?
and honestly, I wonder how much of Jasmine's is for the camera, because if you watch Gino and some of the, like when they were driving down the road, this was this season, and she finds a lip gloss and she loses her shit. And you can see Gino driving just like, okay, we're going to go through this again. And just like his body language and what he's putting out is not like, oh my God, no, of course, honey, I didn't have a girl in my car who may have dropped some lip gloss. It's like, are we going to do this again?
I thought maybe it was his.
It could have been.
At one point, I'm like, wait, maybe he dropped it.
But, and I will say, we don't see what TLC shows us.
Right.
We don't see how that person is off camera. We don't see what their relationship is off camera. We don't know if Gino is truly this horrible, evil person and Jasmine's a saint for putting up with him.
I think they're both equally awful, to be honest with you. I don't like either of them. But my point was that there's too many comparisons, and I cannot understand all the love that Jasmine's getting when she's doing, according to everybody, the same thing that Angela is doing to Michael, but Angela's Satan and Jasmine's a saint.
I wouldn't say saint. She might be
I know what I'm
Lucifer versus Satan.
So, Lord. And and it's fine. I get it. I've been at this for a decade now, and I listen. It's old hat.
I mean, her coming into the, because even my mom said it when she was drinking her water. She's like, mom was like, she was like, oh my God, 10 seconds ago, her hand wasn't shaking.
Now, let me ask you another question. Since I didn't watch this season, other than this last part 2 of the tell, I didn't watch anything. can you tell me, like in Gino and Jasmine's scene together, were they happy as clams? Were they navigating life together and just so happy with each other?
It was always leading up to the next fight, in my opinion. It was always about the fight. It was always about her
I
getting.
already knew that. I already knew that before you answered it. I just had to.
Yeah, I think she's hoping that they get into a fight and then just have crazy sex, but that doesn't happen either.
She wishes that it was like what is it, or Ashley and Manuel.
Yes, I think that's what
how they fix things with Nookie.
Exactly. I think, like she said, she's hoping they pound it out.
Oh, and by the way, yes, thank you, Sheila. Wait, we have where's Jasmine's kids? By the way, did we speak on? Did they speak on that?
They're with her family.
When Jasmine took
their father.
When Jasmine took the Larissa route, she took the Larissa route.
Yes.
Like kids, plastic surgery, and no shade to Larissa. I love Larissa. But I'm just saying, you know, because people always say, John, you're biased. And, you know, I'll listen, whatever. But I mean, like, you also have the whole kid thing. So now Jasmine's living this fabulous life in asshole Bend, Michigan. I don't know where the hell they are. But
wherever it is, it's very cold.
But how many years has Larissa been here?
Oh Lord, since 2018.
And her children are no closer to getting here than
no. I don't think that will ever be the case with that. I'm just using the Larissa thing as an example because Jasmine kinda and it's another thing, you know, that people are letting her get away with. That, like, you know, I remember, you know, I'm friends with Larissa for years and I've defended her for years. And the biggest thing with them, you left your kids, you left your kids, you left your kids. That doesn't seem to be thrown in Jasmine's face as much as it did Larissa's.
Yeah.
And this whole abuse, verbal, all that stuff, that certainly is not talked about as much as Angela's. But I think that Jasmine's like the culmination of like all of them together.
She has a special needs child. One of her boys is special needs. I think the way she described it is on the spectrum.
Because she did mention to Gino, because he said that he really wanted a child, and she was just like, no, I'm just too afraid that I would have another special need child and I couldn't go through that again. You know, she didn't say what the need was, but apparently he gets bullied and
I had the feeling it was what I think he's on the spectrum. Yeah. And I kind of think so. I'm sorry, but I've always said it. I think Gino rides the spectrum too. So there you go. I just see a lot of myself.
Daddy is on the spectrum, so that's fair.
I see it, and that's why I say it. I don't want to.
He's nonverbal.
But yes, he is nonverbal. And I think Gino was saying that he wants to be a dad to the boy, and their whole goal is to bring them to America, both of the boys. And I don't know if we'll see it, but that's what they're saying.
But I mean, even when he goes to Panama, we don't see them with the children at any given time. I mean, we don't even see him on the phone with them. Like, hey, buddy, how's it going?
They did a whole thing where it's the one that was verbal. They have not shown the other one on screen. But the one who was verbal, she was with him. He did speak with Gino. I can't remember which part it was. I don't think it was this show. I think it was the one prior, because they keep showing up everywhere. I'm getting kind of tired of them popping up everywhere. Every time it's their scene, I actually go, and then I have to stop the TV 5 billion times, so I can yell at her. She makes me yell like Cody makes me yell. So
I don't know. It's just a lot.
Susie Q, I agree. She doesn't want them on TV. She did have one of them. He did show up at one point, and there was a whole conversation with the family. He was with her mother, I think it was, or something like that.
The point is that there's a lot of similarities between different cast members, and people just seem to look the other way with certain people. And, you know, I could look at Jasmine and see just, you know, because everybody wants to remind me of all the things that Angela's done to Michael. And then here I am talking about this, and then I'm reminded of all the horrible things that Jasmine did to Gino. And everyone's kissing her, the tell-all, they're all like, you know, and no one's saying, Jasmine, why do you overreact all the goddamn time? Jasmine, why are you never happy? Jasmine, you look completely different. You must be getting something out of this. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. I didn't even mean to make this whole thing a comparison, but as we were talking about it, I was like, huh.
I made the comparison in my head. I've always looked at it like the show. I kind of feel the show is trying to make her be the next, and there's not going to be a next Angela. There's only one. There's only one queen. But I think that they're trying, and I think she would love to be, but I don't think.
I don't know what you're asking me here. What does that mean? I don't know what that
Can
means.
I please see my Jimmy New Tribe very down?
I don't. Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Is that? Are you a real person or a bot?
I don't know.
That was very bot-like.
English, please.
I don't know what that is.
It's just like, you know, Jasmine's getting away in my books with murder.
And I do agree,
you know,
Bianca.
the way she's been acting, and you know, and because I am so close to Angela, and I am the only one defending her, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, but okay, it's a fine for Jasmine to do that to Gino. And like my question to everybody when they come to me, you know how many DMs I've been getting and whatever, and like, you know, at this point I don't care, you know, but if Michael was so miserable with Angela, and this is a question I ask everybody. We've been watching them since 2018, since the first season of Before 90 Days. We've watched them every year. They were on either once or twice a year. They were never not on the air, right? Since 2018. We're in 2024, 6 years. You know, Michael was in Nigeria. He was safe. He could have told Angela, "I'm done with this," 1,000,000 times, but no. She would leave. She'd fly back. They'd film. They'd be okay. They'd fight. You know, and we saw it happen over and over and over again. So, if it was as bad as it was, why did Michael leave his country where he was safe, where his family supported him, where he had friends, to move to the middle of nowhere, Georgia, to be with Angela?
I think it's funny because people were like, well, Angela would have went to Nigeria to get him and drag him on the plane. Nigeria's a big country.
It's not even about Nigeria. Like I've been out with Angela, like, you know, a lot, and she can get any, you know, I don't want to say she can get anybody she wants but like, you know, I've seen like people throw themselves at her. I'm like, damn girl, you got game. I was like, you know, so like, why would he put himself in that position if he was so miserable for 6 years and just a constant abuse? Yeah. Just like Jasmine and Gino, because there was, it's not, you know what, it doesn't matter. He left, and then he's there. So nobody can answer that to me. You know, because he liked being on TV. He liked getting that money, right?
Why didn't he live in New York? New York's a big city. Been easier to escape in New York than it was Georgia.
It is what it is. But talking about Jasmine just now makes me realize that, you know, people just want to hate Angela, and you know, the same things happen to Jasmine. I don't see YouTubers and bloggers going live about how Jasmine's abusing Gino every day. Don't see that. So there's that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, someone asked you a great question. What is it that keeps these couples together? Because like the people in other countries, they don't make the money, right? It all
now
goes.
They do.
Oh, now they do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I do agree with what Mish said, that Jasmine is playing the long game too.
Yeah, of course. You think that? Look at how much Jasmine's got out of being with horrible, Gino, who can't fulfill her, who won't enter her, who like she's lucky that she gets sex once a year. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jasmine. You're so put upon. Oh my God, you're really going through it. Oh my God, a stripper and a bachelor party. Like my heart is bleeding for you, Jasmine. Bleeding. Let's start a GoFundMe for Jasmine. It's probably a good thing I missed this whole season because it would have been this, and this is me watching this for like 30 seconds.
True. She got. Don't forget, she had her vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
Oh, because you're a loose. Oh.
I just. Hi, Gracie.
Even her kitty cat's tighter thanks to Gino, and we know it's not from Gino entering her. We know that from Jasmine, right? So it's not this. So there's that. Ooh, Lordy. Didn't think we were going to go here on this conversation, but okay, I'm down with it. I didn't know. I don't know.
But I have to say, like, I hated most of the cast this year. The only one I liked is I really liked Ashley and Manuel.
Yeah.
She's very sassy and direct, and I just like her. She's got some good vibes about her.
She took over the tell-all.
I'm telling you.
I wasn't upset at it. Usually, if there's a vocal, one of them, I'm kind of annoyed.
Oh, I thought she was being like a little extra. A little.
But I like her personality. I like strong personalities. That's why I like the queen.
No, she's got a strong personality, but I think, she has a strong personality from what I witnessed on the show, but like she was overusing it. And again, I don't know her from Adam. This is just my thoughts on watching this, like an hour and a half of the last episode of the tell-all. But I just thought like she was trying a little too much to be like, like the like.
But I think she also felt a certain way about whatever his name is,
Igor,
yes,
we call him
AKA Justin. She felt a certain type of way about Nikki. And again, can we look at Igor and Nikki, because Nikki also yells and screams and da-da-da-da-da, and, today I'm going to talk. Tomorrow I'll be quiet. You need to do that in your best Moldovan accent.
I don't really talk like Andre, so I don't know what
somebody called him Just Gore. I can't remember who it was. Well, I don't know where I saw that.
Also
but I thought
from Moldova, I hear. Listen, I didn't watch the season, and I can't really be that objective about it. I can speak on Jasmine and Gino because I'm familiar with them. But as far as everybody else, but then they say that they're she flew over there and they're still engaged and they had sex, and the mom comes out and like, do you love my daughter? This whole tell-all was like a low budget Maury episode, and Sean was like didn't have the Maury-ness in her to do it. Like I was waiting for the results are in envelope to fucking come out. Who's the pregnant one? With the creepy redhead guy?
Sam and Citra. Sam and Citra.
When they announced that Citra was pregnant, I kept waiting for Sean to have the DNA test results
Yeah, I mean, Sean.
And what's that creepy redhead guy's deal? What did he go to jail for? Or
drugs. He's a recovering addict right now. He's on a diversion program.
Yes.
And he didn't fill out his paperwork in time, and so they weren't sure if he was going to make it. If he didn't show up at the tell-all, it means he was going to be in prison for up to, I think it was 2 years.
And when was this drug charge?
Was it
while they were
2019? Filming? I think it was 19. Don't quote me. Anybody in the chat? No, I think it was 19.
So another successful vetting process by casting.
Yes, very.
And he dropped the bomb on her that when they first met and were first together, that he had a one night stand, and I guess she says he made it seem like it was an almost thing, but something freaky happened, and so he took off, and it never was a thing. But he says he told her that they did go all the way and all this stuff, and so, but they're all like, but we're, even though she finds out on the tell all that he did in fact go all the way with this girl, and she still says we're okay. We both monitor each other. I think they're on the 360 app together. I think so. And that she, keeps up with him and makes sure he's not out there straying.
Yeah.
But he's all like, I don't have time. He's probably working a couple jobs.
I don't know anything about this Sam guy, but I had a nightmare once about a creepy redhead standing over me, like taking my kidneys out. And I think, like black market, like taking my kidneys out to sell them. And like I saw him, like, oh my God, that was the guy from my nightmare. Like that's like.
But can we just talk about how people whose first language is Spanish is calling out Justin Igor because they're like, dude, you're awful, you're terrible. Like, get rid of him. Come on.
And again, like I didn't watch the season, but like I didn't think that whatever Igor was saying was like too horrible. But I don't know. I thought he was being like fair, but again, I don't know anything. So I can really.
But Nikki is a lot like Jasmine, where
well then case closed. I don't.
Yeah, where they're driving down the road and she just, that's how we express ourselves. Okay.
Yeah, their situation is they've known each other for 17 years.
She started how old is he? Because when she said she started the K1 process, it was like 20 years ago.
And then she had her bottom surgery like not too long ago, really. I don't remember what year she said it was. So he knew her prior to that. So how is it? I for a long time I thought maybe he kind of wanted he kind of liked her pre.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure it out.
So what you're saying is that he wanted a chick with a dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that. I'm trying to not do.
But I mean, it just was.
I don't know. That's just my thought.
It's very odd, and I get that there's a culture, language, but he was incredibly disrespectful, and I think that's why Ashley was like up to her eyeballs, because she was like, "You're not going to disrespect this person." I liked Ashley.
I do too. I like Spunky. So I like John.
But how old is Nikki? Because like
Nikki looks like she's like a little bit older.
Nikki looks like she could be on Botched.
Me with fresh eyes, like she's got like a hard look to her.
Yes,
like a hard.
I noticed like
Janice Dickinson, like that hard.
Yes,
Janice Dickinson look. Like that. I saw her and I'm like, oh my God, like that's Janice Dickinson's cousin. I didn't even know that she was trans. I actually had to ask some people. I'm like, because then they said it. I'm like, oh, I had no idea. But she has like that hard look to it, like that Janice Dickinson. Like I led.
She's 47.
A hard life.
Okay.
Look. Like I was doing like coke with Andy Warhol and Studio 54 type of thing. Experience.
Why do
my takeaway? I don't know.
Why do people always have like Nikki Exotica? Like, why can't you just be Nikki Smith?
That's her last name, Exotica.
She calls herself $1 Million Barbie.
That's like Dolores Van Cartier.
Yeah, like I noticed her neck looked. I guess when she maybe had her neck shaved, the Adam's apple shaved down, it looked a little botched to me.
Oh, wait, was she actually on Botched? Emily says she was actually on an episode. I think it didn't air, though. Nikki was saying, and others were, that she was on Botched.
Oh.
Oh, I have to Google that.
Because I'd like to know what was. I'm kind of looking at her trying to figure out, because something isn't. I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, like her nose has been overdone.
The lips.
Yeah, she needs to lay off them fillers for a bit. I mean,
Even Lisa Runner would say,
nothing.
"Girl." Lisa Runner would say, "Girl, them lips." Like that's how bad those lips are.
Like no part of her face moves. Like I'm happy that she can blink her eyes.
I don't know.
No, I save money by just having resting witch face all the time, and I don't get wrinkles in my forehead.
I'm an angel, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
I age gracefully.
Oh, Nikki was on the show 9 years ago, but got kicked off.
Oh Lord.
Terry
You
DeBro
know-
actually fixed her breast.
You know, like
Hold
with
on.
Botch, like we used to watch Botch all the time, but like they always have like the one person that they bring on the show that they refuse to work on, and like then don't film them. Like don't like like what I mean. Like they're like, oh well, you want too much, and like you're a joke because it makes them look better. But I'm sure when those cameras aren't rolling, they're like, okay, come back in, we got you. You know what? Like it's like I don't know. Oh Lord, I don't want a lawsuit from Heather DeBro. Never mind. I love Botch and Terry and Adrian's ex-husband. They're all great people. We're good.
I love this. She says, transgender 90-day Nikki Exotica, aka Nicole Sanders, is no stranger. She turns out Nikki's appearance on Botch, she was cut from like before it aired, and she lost everything. That resulted in her being homeless. So how does her getting cut from the episode result in her being homeless?
Did she have like a stick with like a bag at the end of it, like Terry DeBro's office or bust? Like
Maybe.
what?
She was very distraught, said the video in July of 2014.
And now, no, shut up, John. Don't say that. So creepy guy, right? Creepy redheaded guy. We found out.
Was that the dude whose mom had to? Oh no, was creepy redheaded guy married with his wife's now pregnant?
Yes, Sam and Citra.
Okay, so who was the dude who made his mom sleep in the closet? And
that's Clayton and I forgot her name. Clayton is him, and I can't remember her. What? Chat, help!
But you're not going to put your gerbils in the closet because they need ventilation, but you're going to allow your mother to sleep.
I hate to say
so
it
he
again.
Put like a cot in a walk-in closet.
I mean, yay, she had a door at least.
I kind of think she put herself there. Sorry. I kind of think she liked the closed-in space. I think and I think she kind of liked it. And I think she was okay.
If I had the choice of a walk-in closet versus like the living room, I'll take the closet. At least I have a door.
God, I miss my walk-in closet or any closet for that fact. I haven't had a closet in years.
There's some stuff going on in that with mom and son.
In my old apartment, I had the walk-in closet.
I mean,
a housewife's walk-in closet. God,
you're not going to be doing the hibbity-bibbity with mom in the broom. Just not.
Hibbity-bibbity. Oh no! Close the door.
I lost my light.
Oh no. Oh,
but at least you have the door. I mean,
Make sure you penetrate her properly. Make sure you stimulate the clitoris while you're serving her.
And then I didn't like the one guy. He had already gotten his green card. He's from Korea.
And he calls his wife Piggy.
Yeah, he calls his wife Piggy. And in Korea, can you call Devin and get the 911 on that?
I'll text Devin right now. Hold on.
Yeah, in Korea, calling Piggy is your loved one. Hey. That's what you call your beloved.
Natives. of Korea use the word
Piggy as an endearment, term of endearment.
piggy?
Yes, the 411. Thank you, Karen Johnson.
Karen.
Thank you, Karen. I don't know where it went, but thank you,
That
Karen.
went to John.
As a term of endearment.
You know, yesterday I woke up with a sty on my eye. Those are painful. But so I posted this on Facebook and someone was like, take white gold and put it on your eye like 5 minutes every 30 minutes. And I was like, so it was a family friend. And I'm like, no. And I said, okay, well, I'll try it. And he said, well, if it doesn't work, then Thursday when we come over, you can punch me. I said, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub my eye and then I'm going to chase you down and I'm going to poke you in the eye. And he laughed. He was like, you are your father's child. So anyway, it did work. It's something about the alloys in the metal help extract the stuff in the sty. So fun fact, if you get a sty,
The more you know.
throw some white gold on it, 5 minutes every 30 minutes, wake up this morning and it's gone.
All right, did we get through enough more?
Thank you, Karen.
Tell-all enough? I know that we really didn't do a comprehensive tell-all.
Well, since I didn't see the last half hour.
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole 17 episodes.
Yeah. The last half hour was really when her mom Nikki's mom came on and she was like, how dare you, treat my daughter like this? She is a woman, and then Sean Flatt asked her, well, what's going to have to happen for you to pull the K-1 visa? And she was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, I'm not coming to the interview. So she's like, fine, I guess I'll have to pull it then.
Oh.
And then at the end, Jasmine told Nikki, she said, well, maybe we're dating the wrong people. Maybe we need to go for women. And, there was a little flirtiness and who knows.
Oh.
So can you guys tell what lawyer?
What?
Can you tell us what the lawyer letter is now? What, huh?
What lawyer letter?
Yes. Can you guys tell us what the lawyer letter is now? I haven't watched 90. Sorry. What lawyer letter?
Who said that? What?
MW is asking.
Okay, I can cover that in 1 second. Before we do, I'll get there. Who are the people that faked the cancer? Were they on the show?
Oh.
That was no, not
that was,
they weren't on this season. They were on the previous before.
Oh, so they
weren't they on the other way?
Yes.
They weren't on this season.
Yeah, they were on the other way.
Because I kept thinking in the back of my mind, remember the fake cancer people. Okay, all right.
Annie, is that her name? Is it Annie?
I think so.
I forgot. Brandon.
Brandon and
we'll get there in a second. Give me 1 second. Let me just so just
Mary.
Mary, there you go. Sorry to all the Annies.
That means don't have awkward silence when.
Okay.
Oh, no awkward silence.
We don't want
So for all the new people, this is my sweet doggy Gracie. And she is a turd, let me tell you. Spoiled.
Is she a Yorkie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one. He was 16 and a half.
Yeah.
He was only 3 pounds. He was so tiny. He lost one ear. His mama bit it off when he was born.
Aww.
So I got him at a discount, but he was adorable. Best dog ever. Until I got a Labradoodle. Now I found the best dog ever. I'm sorry, Roxy, my other dog. Gracie is adorable. Very pretty baby.
Thank you. She's a good girl.
I have to mute myself for 1 second. I did make a quick phone call. Just keep on doing your goodness here. Hold on. It's show related. It's live related. So I just want to give you the best.
Okay.
All right. Fabulous.
So I'm trying to think of any other parts that really stuck out to me up to the half hour that I got to. I was racing. I didn't, for some reason I spaced. I got caught up in being home and not my whole. I was, I'm not doing anything now, so I woke up this morning going, I slept till 10. I don't like this. I'm used to being up early. And so here I am trying to figure out. And then I went, oh, John asks me, what 90 day? And I went, what? Which one? And he's all like, 90 day. I go,
he asked me like 90 day. And I'm like, has it started? And he was like, no, just the, and I was like, I haven't watched. He was like, just the Jasmine fight. I'm like, okay.
So actually, I think we did. I mean, there is a lot to cover in what we've seen just in, with Jasmine. She's enough in and of herself to do an entire show on.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how this season plays out, because the last we knew they were separated and she had moved to Miami.
Somebody said that in the chat. Yes.
But then I had read somewhere where she said she loved Michigan.
Miami reunion. Is that MW? Is that Housewives? If so, yes. Oh my God. Love Miami.
Miami reunions. I thought that's tomorrow or
Probably.
Wednesday.
Or I may be behind on. I have to catch up.
I know. I watched the 2-part Erica Bet It All on Bond.
I still need to watch that. Yeah.
It was good. She, talks. You see like you see the Erica Girardi side of her versus the Erica Jane, and just what she's going through. And I enjoyed it. I wanted to also watch the Hustler and the Housewife, because they said that's not very flattering. And my girl EJ, I love her. And Lala, I love me some Lala too on Vanderpump.
Wendy, yes, I finally watched the Seeking episode. It took me, I think, 3 times. I kept getting distracted. My brain this weekend was very distracted, but I don't do well with change, so I had to get through the change of, my life. So, but I finally got it watched. The Seeking, she took Seeking Sister Wives. And
yeah. Was that on last night?
I don't remember the days. I'm so bad about days, time, and all that stuff. I just I have it on DVR, and
gotcha.
Whenever it comes up, that's when I watch it.
I do miss a DVR. Like, we've got them upstairs because they put in the lines for cable, and downstairs they didn't. And I'm like, why? But he was like, oh no, we're not allowed to install them. They're not allowed to fish through the walls and stuff now.
Yeah.
So even if I wanted to DVR, I wouldn't have one.
Keep holding. I'm sorry. It'll be worth it. I'm working on 2 different things right now. Live. I'm just keep talking and
there's not much. I mean, I don't know what else to say about. I need that extra 40 minutes.
I'll be excited to see the Happily. I think they've got some good people coming back on it.
So Devin's going to be in the chat. I was just on the phone with Devin. I wanted to Devin should be here in a second. Let me send her the link. Sorry, that's what I was working on. And I'm going to go back to the C&D thing in a second. But we wanted to just figure out, all inclusive. We're going to cover everything. There's Devin.
Hey, Devin.
Hi, Devin.
Devin, if you want the link to come up, I'll send it to you. But if you're just being in the chat's okay too. I'll text it to you. But Devin, we were talking about like this whole piggy thing, and you were with Jahoon. So is this whole like piggy thing like a something
term of endearment,
affectionately, Devin, because we're talking about the show, and this guy keeps referring to his wife as what, a little piggy?
As Peggy, yes.
Oh, yes. I'm like, why did he get? Oh, that's right. Sorry, my memory's like.
Yeah, and then he tried to say, "Oh, well, in Korea, it's a term of endearment."
Right.
It's what you call your loved one.
Yes. And she did lose some weight. I don't know how much she lost. Who else lost weight is Ashley. And I'm very proud of her. She lost 101 pounds and said so on the show. So I can say
Yes, she did. From my
I'm very
experience,
proud of her.
women in Korea to call mean names when they feel something needs to be fixed. Ow. So it's not like a
But
hey buttercup.
It's not like a term of endearment. Oh, Karen.
Oh.
Thank you for being here, John.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, like it's so rare. I have so many, like, in my life. I've known so many people with birthdays on the 26th and the 28th, but not the 27th. So thank you, Karen. That means the world to me. And, like, you know, for those born on March 27th, me, most important, Mariah Carey, Quentin Tarantino, and Vicky Gumbelson. So I mean, I'm with good people. So back to Devin. My experience with male friends would say that about girls they found unattractive in the face. So pretty much Devin's saying it's not a term of endearment that somebody in Korea.
Yeah, because he did make comments. They asked him, so what do you think about Americans? And he said, well, he noticed that there's a lot of
fast food, and you know, you're lazy. You're lazy, and you don't cook because you're picky.
And but she lost weight, and he still calls her that. So it's become a nickname for him. But I think I heard her say that this may be the part that I didn't see in the last 30 minutes, is that she didn't want it said out loud, like not in public, because I think I saw a little snippet of that or something like that. So she wasn't too thrilled that he was, saying it out loud.
Yeah, and Mom and Dad were there, so Mom and Dad were really less than thrilled that he was saying it. So,
And Devin says, in Korea, they like to compare faces to animals such as dog, fox, and cat.
Interesting.
Okay.
Devin texted me. I'm going to read Devin's text to me right before she came.
Okay.
She goes, I've never heard it used in that way, like a lucky pig in other cultures. Koreans, from my experience, my ex's friends would say piggy when someone was fat or they were referring to a girl that they were dating as not cute in the face. Usually so pretty much the same connotation it has here. Usually with Korean men, they tend to call women white horse or piggy. It's not a good thing. A popular term Koreans would use was saying riding the white horse. Well, that means you're doing a little, you're doing a little nose candy. That's what, when someone's saying they're riding the white horse, that's how I take it. Do you want to ride the white horse? Remember that song? No?
I don't know anything about that stuff.
A popular term Koreans would use was saying, it was their way of trying to bang a white girl. Usually a good compliment would be a tall nose, small face, or fox face. Koreans go off beauty by comparing face shapes to animals like dog or fox. If I was in Korea and someone called me piggy, it would be an insult. When I just gave birth, it was the only times I was ever called very overweight. But once I lost the weight and fit into a small over there, I was still considered heavier. The beauty standards are insane. So there you go. So that in no way was a compliment or a term of endearment. Devin says, but to be fair, in Korea, it's very normal to point out flaws. So it's cultural differences in Korea. Most Koreans don't see it as offensive, but more of helping them to want to improve. And I can understand that too. That is very fair, Devin. Devin's so fair. Look at her. A real troubadour of truth, Devin Clegg is. My good friend Devin. I love her so much. Give me 1 second, because now we're going to go into the next part of this live, the C&D. Give me 1 second.
Well, I'm here. I'm going mobile.
Sorry, I was trying to pick something out of the chat to see what my husband and I only call each other honey. I don't we don't call each other anything but that. I don't like to be called by my name, by my husband. I prefer honey. I just think it's weird. I don't like hearing my name. It's weird. But
Devin, girl, you have to do a live together soon. It's been a minute. You need to update us on everything that's going on in your life.
A good compliment.
Devin. Devin's my little. I'm actually older than Devin and her mother, which makes me feel really bad about myself, but that's okay. But yeah, Devin, you're due. We need you back up here to give us an update about.
How's Taeyong doing?
How is Taeyong doing?
The cutie. He is so cute.
I hope. Yeah, we need updates, Devin.
That would be actually really nice. Yes. Yes, please hit the like button on both channels, please.
Oh, he's gonna ring the bell when he gets out. That's the saddest. Like it's like the happiest, saddest thing. Like when you see like the people leave the hospital and like all the like the nurses are there and like they all ring the bell and they walk out. That's like I watch those like when I want like a good happy cry, I'll watch those videos. Because those are just the most amazing videos. So let's all pray that happens. And
yes.
High five to Devin. I like this poor. I don't
Great job, Mama.
But you have been through all of it, Devin, and she's still in her 20s. I don't know how she handled any of the stuff that was thrown at her. Lucky to call her my friend. So, with that being said, oh Lord, you're all going off screen when I go on the next one. Oh Lord, no, they say, John, you're on your own. Okay, all right. So,
I'm eating some Cheetos, so I'm muting myself.
Devin, I don't watch the season. I didn't watch the season, but I saw clips of Devin, and I think I went through a similar experience as me with fake stories and producers causing issues. Love you too, sweetheart. And you have to be. We'll do a separate thing, and then me and you, and then you got to tell everybody what's going on in your life. All right, I'm back. So there are questions about C&D that was sent out, I guess.
I'm unaware of the C&D, so
I don't have a clue what you.
Can you still hear me? Am I muted? I didn't drop out. Okay. Good for this trip. All right, so C&D letters were sent out today by Angela to cast members or cast member. I don't believe it's plural. And I think more are on their way. But Cynthia, Molly's old ex-best friend, got slammed with the C&D today from Angela. And then another YouTuber / Instagrammer, Kibitz, posted it on their IG, and which I think was the most idiotic thing you could have done. But posted it on their IG to make fun of Angela. Okay, so let's talk about it. Cynthia has been making the rounds as of late. I think she got fired off the show in 2022 her and Molly were doing a pillow talk together, and then you know, the whole thing between Molly and Cynthia and Kelly, that all happened, and Cynthia hasn't been on the show since, and Molly has. So you know, you could tell what side production was on that one. And why is it always like the friend of the show who's always trying to make waves? Like Cynthia or JoJo Disney. Like it's always like not the star, but like, you know, the sidekick, the Ed McMahon. Cynthia is like the Ed the second banana on this one. So Cynthia, you know, when the whole Angela thing happened, I was down there in Georgia, obviously, and you know, we were listening to the horrible things that Cynthia was hopping from panel to panel to panel. And like the sad thing, Cynthia, you fool, is that like you were going on other people's panels and you were helping them make money off what you were saying. That's the idiot part of the whole thing. Idiot. Like, you know, if you know, and Cynthia, let's not forget, had everything she owned on I don't want to say eBay, but I remember on IG she was like, you know, selling her house, selling her car, selling this, because according to the people in the street over there in Georgia, Cynthia was living well above her means. So, you know, I guess I don't know how much they pay on Pillow Talk. I know how much TLC traditionally pays people, and it's not a lot. But so I guess Cynthia, thinking that she was on Pillow Talk for like a couple of seasons, and what she was a boss, and got a very expensive house that she can't afford, a car that she can't afford. She was selling boots, accessories, clothes to keep her, you know, to keep her head above water. And I've certainly been there, but I've certainly also not ever lived above my means. Like, you know, I would love to like live in $1 million house, and that might last a week. But then you got to face reality and realize that you can't pay for that. And for me to see Cynthia, and like Cynthia is not even going on like big channels. She will literally like go to like the opening of an envelope to like go and talk badly about either Molly or Angela or anybody else who wants to throw a little attention her way. And it's just sad. So Cynthia gets hit because Cynthia couldn't control herself, because, you know, like Cynthia and Angela ever met. Like they were like this, like they were good friends. Like Cynthia does not know anything about Angela other than what she saw on the show, just like everybody else. And then we were there, and I'm like, I cannot believe Cynthia is saying the things she's saying. So, and you know, and to prove the point, Cynthia what goes on another channel, which was named in the C&D, where the average views per live are 232. You have to go on some losers YouTube channel where the most views they get on any live is a little over 200. That's how desperate you are, Cynthia, to like get your name going. That's how desperate you are to be live with 30 people watching you. That's sad. It's really fucking sad, Cynthia. It really is. But you can't stop yourself. And it's, again, there's so many comparisons. So many. You know, it's the same thing JoJo Disney did with Angela. Like, oh, they fell out. And now JoJo Disney, a side character of the show, much like Cynthia, has been spending the last, 2 years trying to defame JoJo Disney, trying to defame Angela, Cynthia trying to defame Molly. And that's what they've been doing. And now, if you give them any type of platform, like, you know what, Cynthia, I'll give you, like, you know, a Subway sandwich if you come up on my channel and talk about herpes. And she'll be here in a hot fucking second. So, I don't get that. And then B, I don't get this Kibitz page that not only posted the C and D, that Cynthia, what are you doing? What are you doing? Did you really get served with that C and D and then give it to the Kibitz page to post when it clear as day says, let me read this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this so I read it correctly.
Critterly. She says, I mean, I'll talk about anything you want for a quesadilla.
Yeah, like, you know, I'll pay you a chicken fajita if you want to come here. And in this thing, that's war in like the Kibitz page. You guys are idiots. I'm not even trying to be like, you know, you're a fool by watermarking this because now you're dragged into this. You watermarked it. This is like blogging 101, man. You only watermark something that you are sure that it's your original content. Like, you don't watermark a C&D that says this is our copyrighted C&D. This cannot be posted anywhere. And here you are watermarking it. What is wrong with you? I mean, Lord, I've made my mistakes as a blogger, but like I've never watermarked something that shouldn't. You know, you go to the watermark when like you know that this is your content. Nobody else can steal it. You're the first person on earth to share this. That's when you use the watermark. And right here, I'll read a part of the C&D. It says, finally, please be advised that we own the copyright to this letter and therefore no portion of this letter may be reprinted, excerpted, or quoted without the express written permission of the undersigned, meaning the attorney who owns the C&D. And you are here posting it and watermarking it. So, Kibitz, welcome to the lawsuit that you're about to get from your own stupidity because you want to be a big shot blogger and I like, am I crazy? Like, this is insane.
Nope.
And Cynthia was the one, clearly, because it got mailed to Cynthia's house. Cynthia sent it to them. And then again, I have to assume that they read this. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they just saw something that they're like, oh, look, it's tea. It's mouth-watering. And right above it, they watermark it. Watermarking it is saying it's their property. It's their copyright. It's theirs.
Not bright.
And notice how Cynthia didn't post it because Cynthia saw it and realized, well, now I can't talk about it, so let me give it to these two idiots. They'll do it, and then they go. There they go. They sure did. They posted it.
Is it the two village idiots that I think you're thinking of?
What?
Is it the two village idiots that I think you're thinking of?
I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't really have I don't have any animosity towards them, honestly. I'm actually shocked, that like a blogger would have the hubris to post this and then, okay, like, I've posted stuff I shouldn't have posted before, right? But they post it, and then on top of it, they watermark it. Posting it, okay, then they could have said, like, if they just posted it, oh, well, I saw this on the street. I saw it they could lie. I saw this on Reddit. I saw this letter somewhere else, and I just reposted it because I'm a blogger, and, it was making, fine. But no, you dumb idiots. You watermarked it, and now you're going to be in trouble. Like, and it's not like me threatening people with attorneys, which I have, and I'm still in court now. But like, if you don't think Angela has the resources and the wherewithal to have attorneys go after people, y'all are fucking idiots. This is not an empty threat by any means. So good luck to you guys, Kibitz. I guess you'll be in court soon because you can't do that. And Cynthia, you're in as much trouble too because you gave this to somebody else who they named you in the C&D. So Cynthia's bright idea in her stupid head, and I'm sorry, but it's stupid, like thinking, well, I got started with the C&D and their channel is listed in the C&D, but you know what? Let me give the C&D to the channel that was listed in the C&D so they can post it on my behalf.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
And taking it down is not going to fix the situation. It's already been done. It's already out there.
It's already up.
Yep.
You're fucked. Sorry. And you live in Queens, like they already know who you are, right? So you're screwed. All because what? You wanted to get a couple thousand views over this whole Angela Michael stuff because you couldn't help yourself. And Cynthia, look at Cynthia, what you're doing. And Cynthia knows how to use a blogger because she was on the show, right? And, Lord, thank God I have the wisdom of being at this for 10 years. So I know when a cast member is using me to use me, and people are saying, oh, Angela's using you, John. She was so disrespectful of you on the live. Oh, yeah, listen. When I feel when I'm at that way, you know me. I will always say something. All I know is that, actually, I can't answer that. I knew C&Ds were going out. I'll say that. And I will say plural. I don't know who else. And maybe that's the only one. I don't know. But I knew that after when we were there at that house when Cynthia was going from panel to panel, and Cynthia was just saying like the world's most rancid shit about Angela. Like meanwhile, like you're talking about her like you know her in real life. And what Cynthia was saying was bad. So I don't blame Angela one bit for doing it. The funny thing to me is that Kibitz decided to post this when it's saying explicitly that you can't post it. This is our copyright. This letter is our copyrighted letter, and therefore this portion of this letter may not be reprinted, excerpted, or quoted without the express written permission of the undersigned being the attorney. So now you just screwed over an attorney. You did. Kibitz did. They did by posting it. And now the attorney is going to come after them because they didn't have the permission. And Cynthia, good luck to you, sweetheart, because Cynthia, I'm just going to say this, and I'm telling the truth. This isn't the first time you got a C&D against you, right, Cynthia? Right, Cynthia? This is not your first foray into the C&D business because I'm pretty sure that you've gotten one before for you opening up your trap and trying to still be relevant because you kicked off the show, you're poor, you're broke, you're selling your boots, your fingernails, your house, your trailer to stay relevant. Right, Cynthia? Not the first time you got a C&D, is it? But I digress.
So do I, Barbie. Barbie says she loves Molly. I love Molly. I love that that live you did with her was really good.
And all I see, speaking of Molly, is Molly working her ass off. Molly's still promoting her business, her brand. Like, you know, Molly has not stopped being Molly, fitting robust breasts into brassieres. And now Cynthia, I guess if she's trying to like work for some like weird random bra place, but that, you know, Molly was the person. You know, Molly hasn't stopped working. And you know what I see Cynthia doing? Going from a YouTube channel to, and like not even good YouTube channels, not even like good IG pages, like the lowest of the low, because that's what you are, Cynthia. You are who you hang with, and that's why nobody with a bigger platform, Cynthia, will have you on there, because I know I'm not that desperate. And also, Cynthia also said this about on one of those lives that she was doing, that In Touch won't report on all the horrible things that Cynthia said about Molly, because TLC and Sharp are paying In Touch off. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what she said. And you know, because people are like, Cynthia, like, why is no one reporting on like how horrible Molly is and the things you say? Because her opinion is worth zero. And to counteract that, Cynthia, I have been quoted in on In Touch in Utah in oh my Jesus, I have been quoted in Touch for years, for as long as I've been blogging. And I have never, not once, ever been on the payroll for TLC or Sharp. So I mean, and I've also never been on the show. So you tell me, Cynthia, who's really paying off In Touch? Because if that was the case, I'd never be mentioned in their magazines and magazine. And I think I've probably been quoted in Touch more than any other magazine, if I'm thinking about it. I think In Touch is probably the one I've been in the most. So for you to say that In Touch is paid off by Sharp and TLC, and that's why they won't let your word out about Molly out, that's just a complete lie. So there's that. And like, you know, and then she's asking people to put money in a tip jar because she can't work. Why can't you work, Cynthia? Why can't you work? Why? Because you're better than everybody else? Because you were on a couple of seasons of Pillow Talk and now you're a celebrity? Why can't you talk? Why can't you work? And you can talk, that's for sure. Sorry. Why can't you work? I don't understand it. You worked all those years with Molly in the business, and now what? Like, are you retired? And again, I have to circle back to the point that if Cynthia had, like, you know, if she had like a peen, like just like a little bit in her brain, she would have realized that maybe she could start her own Patreon or her own YouTube channel where she wants to be a boss and a baller and talk about all these people. At least the money's going in her pocket that way. But no, she goes on everybody else's thing and speaks for free. And you wonder why you're broke. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, I don't know what to say. Thank you, Kat. Well, you know, we'll have to come to Fargo soon. I didn't even read the super chat. I was in my moment. But yeah, so, and this is not Cynthia's first foray into getting served with a C&D. And Cynthia has been silenced before because Cynthia can't control her mouth. And you can come for me all you want, Cynthia. I don't care. Because I have been more relevant than you've ever been. I've been around for 10 years. You were around for like 2. And people still watch and follow me. And the only time people care about you is when you're talking lies on someone's low-grade channel. And that's that. She just cursed me. I just felt the curse going right through my system. But that's it. So yeah, I think everybody could see it. I know everybody has these blinders on about Angela. Nobody wants to, give her any type of credence. If you don't like her, you don't like her, and there's no trying to convince anyone's mind. Even when I posted the text, like a little bit of text and the audio of Michael, it really didn't change anyone's mind. You're gonna hate Angela, then you're gonna hate her. But there's always more to the story. And somebody else told me recently, last night, that I should separate my business and my friendship. And let me just speak on that for 1 second, because if you've been following me for a long time, or even recently, you will know that I do build relationship with casts, and I do hang out with them in real life, and I see them differently than y'all do because you watch them on TV. And I see them in their real life when cameras aren't rolling, and I see them for the people that they are. So for me, it gives me a different perspective than most, because, all these other bloggers on IG who just report on like what they heard or a C&D they saw or a clip from the show. You'll never have like the experiences that I've had with these people. And that's why, like in Angela's case, I'm so vocal in her defense, because I know she deserves better than that. Like, just, I think today or yesterday, somebody actually, the sloth actually did post, her 911 calls and put her address out there. And they forget that she has 6 grandkids in there at all times. That's okay. It's Angela. So whatever bad comes Angela's way, I guess her daughters and her grandchildren deserve it. And it's just shitty. If you have a vendetta with me, which the people that are doing this do, now they're using Angela as a way, and it's just really not cool. Now you're putting somebody's grandkids in jeopardy because you want to be a boss on YouTube. For what? For the 600 views you get from it? So I don't know. All I know is that Cynthia is a giant cloud chaser, and Kibitz is stupid for allowing her to post the CD. And let me see. Let me check on this one more time, real quickly. And I'm gonna get shit, but I don't care anymore. And all this post got was 266 likes, which was posted 5 hours ago. And you're not making money from Instagram posts, Kibitz. I know you're not, because I'm not, and nobody else is. Well, now you just put it out there, Karen. So now everybody will know all this. You ruined it.
Well.
But all this for what? 266 likes and 45 comments from 5 hours ago, and you watermarked it. So I guess we're not going to North Dakota. Yeah, like that's what this means, this fame. And now you put yourself up by posting this to get sued from an attorney on, which, attorneys are attorneys. And once you cross them, oh, I feel sorry for you. So, and Cynthia should have known better because she's been down this road before. And that's pretty much, I think, the gist of what I wanted to say, because I know I'm getting blown up with the DMs and everything about the thing, but it is what it is. They're fools. And you just don't do that. So, any other questions before we end this live? We're almost at the 2-hour mark, so it's like the lightning round. Oh, it's 11:30. I hate going live so late. It's the lightning round, 11:30. Any other quick questions or comments or anything?
Yeah, I agree with Coco on that. Yep.
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Nope, you're fine. Yeah, you're
good. After show. Like, I mean, like, come on! It's like the stupidest thing. Yeah. How do you watermark a lawyer's copyrighted letter? And these bits, they're supposed to be smart. How do you do that? That's asking for it.
Thank you, Wendy. Good to be here. I probably will be here a lot, unless.
And like lastly, like Cynthia wants to post inspiration things. Like, there's nothing worse like than the passive aggressive, like inspirational quote. God, I hate those. I do. I hate because it's like, who are they talking about? Oh, just say it. I mean, we know who you're talking about. Just say it. So, whatever. I'm good. Hope this was after show. I don't know. After show.
Did we lose Wicked?
Yeah, it's late for her. She's probably sleeping. Let me drop her down.
Good night, Wicked.
We started like late tonight, 9:30. But after party show, you guys suck. Fine, we'll do an after show. But I hope that, like, when I had this live scheduled tonight, I didn't think it was going to go this way, but I'm really happy that it did. So I think a lot came out from this live. I'm really happy with it, to be honest with you. So yeah, we'll do an after show. Let me
Thank you, Rita.
And we will give me, what time is it? 11:34. Oh, we got to start going live earlier. We just have to.
Yes, please. This over here, Rita, is all my yarn. I crochet. That's what that is. In case anybody's, what the heck is that? Yarn.
All right, we'll go into more detail on the after show, how crazy Cynthia is, and I guess, I don't know, and Jasmine and whatever. So I'm gonna end this one. You guys, to all the members, I will see you. It'll be middle tier, 90-day fiance level and up. I will see you guys in a few minutes, and thank you for being here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.